Hello everyone, and welcome to Run Up the Score, the show where we bring you all the latest sports news in the Atlanta University Center. I'm your host, Minra Mapfuma.
And I am Sierra Herford.
Sierra, what's in the news for today?
Well, Minra, CAU women's basketball are looking to get back in the winning column after losing their third game in the row. But CAU men's basketball keep their so far perfect season alive. Lastly, the Panther Nation got a chance to meet their new head football coach prior to the upcoming season.
Thanks, Sierra. I hope you're ready because it's time to run up the score. The Lady Panthers took a trip to the Peach Belt Conference to play the Clayton State Lakers at their home court in Morrow, Georgia this past Wednesday. Clark Atlanta entered the game coming off 2 losses from Elizabeth State University and Miles College. After being down 17 points at the half, CAU showed promising signs of getting back into the game to open the third quarter, tallying 8 points from scoring in the paint and drawing fouls to convert at the free throw line. Towards the end of the third, the Panthers needed 2 possessions to take the lead, but they missed their window on a costly foul by Lady Panther Coriana Evans, one of the many fouls committed by both teams during the game. There were 48 total fouls in the game, with each team racking up 24 fouls. Clayton State recorded 23 points in 33 attempts at the free throw line. Clark's second lead of the game would come in the middle of the fourth on a shot in the paint from Adriana Garner. Unfortunately, their lead only lasted 48 seconds before the Lakers took the lead on a second chance layup. Clayton State did not look back. With 38 seconds left in the game, the Lady Panthers were down by 4 points, but a late foul resulted in a converted and one for the Lakers. Nina Blade making the score 74-67. CAU fought back, but their effort proved ineffective because they went on to commit 3 more fouls before the game ended with a score of 78-70. Multiple aspects of the game contributed to Clayton State's win, but what stood out was how they capitalized off the Lady Panthers' defensive rebounding. Offensively, the Lakers collected 23 boards and scored 20 points on second chance points. Wednesday's loss brings the Lady Panthers to a record of 3-3, and it gave the Lakers their first win of the season. The Lady Panthers will try to get back in the win column when they play Spring Hill College on Saturday, December 2nd.
Watching the Lady Panthers play such a good game had me on my feet. I have to point out how the Lakers played with such a strategy that kept them ahead. Number 11, Jada Waite, was shooting from a 3-point range every chance she got, racking up 17 points, followed by number 30, Hannah Wright, racking up 10. They played a good game, Minra.
I agree. Coming up next, Sierra has a story on CAU men's basketball's latest win, where we return to run up the score.
I'm starting the conversation.
I'm fighting to end the stigma.
I'm posting about mental health.
We're socializing hope. I like that.
Me gusta eso.
Help us mind our future.
Let's tag it, tweet it,
Share it.
Instagram it.
Show us what you're doing to start the conversation and end the stigma.
Yeah, I didn't do much this weekend. I need to get out more. Saturday, I'm helping my parents move, so.
Anything you want to talk about?
Welcome back to Run Up the Score. The CAU men's basketball team is on a rampage right now. And Sierra, you have the latest on their most recent win. Let's talk about it.
Thank you, Minra. The Panthers versus the Clayton Lakers was definitely a must-watch. The crowd was hyped, and I was next to a security guard, and even he was locked into the game. Talk about flipped numbers. Panthers put up 87 points, and the Lakers put up 78. Let's talk about it. I must point out number 0, Chris Martin. That man stayed on the court and gave his all. He controlled the floor and led the game with 31 points, but he did not do it alone. Panthers forward Shamani Fuller dropped 16 points in the game. The way he does best, get into the basket. However, I must tip my hat to Lakers forward Wes Williams and guard Travis Harper II for their 3-point range. Harper knocked down 3 3-pointers, and Wes Williams led the game in threes after cashing in 4 of them. It was a hard-fought battle, especially in the first half as both teams were going point for point. CAU only led by 5 points at the half. There were 6 ties and 4 lead changes until Clark Atlanta secured their lead. But what helped the Panthers get the edge over the Lakers? Well, not what, but who. Late in the first half, with the game tied at 31, Panthers' Chris Martin drove to the basket to get the lead. After a missed Lakers three-pointer, Panthers' Jalen Naismith showed off his range and drained a three-point of his own. Naismith and Martin would go on to add 3 more points on trips to the foul line. CAU showcased some aggressive offense throughout the game, scoring 22 points in the paint and carrying inside scoring into the second, dropping 20 points. The second half of the game was the most active and intense for both teams and the crowd. It seemed like the only relaxed people in the building were the cheerleaders. I did notice a lot of heat between both teams that carried on throughout the game. Despite the small lead Clark Atlanta held at the end of the first half, they sealed the Lakers' fate early in the second. Shamani Fuller led the charge to get the Panthers a 13-point lead. Fuller started the Panthers' run on a basket in the paint. Following the shot on the next 2 Panther drives, Martin knocked down a free throw and cashed in a three-pointer. After a trip to the line for Clayton State, Naismith showcased his defense and playmaking, as the Panthers added 4 more points on their next 2 drives. Naismith dished the ball to Demetrius Head-Smith in the paint for 2. Immediately after, Naismith collected a steal and picked up another assist, tossing the alley-oop to the Fuller on the fast break. Fuller capped off the run with the same way he started it, a basket in the paint. There was no looking back for the Panthers, and the Lakers knew the game was over. Remember how I mentioned earlier how things were heated between both teams? With 1.8 seconds left in the game, Travis Harper earned himself a second technical foul by pushing Chris Martin, causing the benches to clear. There was nearly a 10-minute delay after the skirmish. Play later resumed and the Panthers secured their win. Before heading back to the locker room, Mira spoke with Coach Jordan. Let's take a look.
So great win today, Coach. It was a hard-fought battle, but going into the second half, you all got a comfortable lead early in the quarter. Can you just talk about that a little bit? How did you get that good lead?
Well, whenever you're on the road, it's always going to be a dogfight. You know, hats off to Coach. Him and his team, they came in prepared and they played hard. And, you know, it's just a matter of settling in sometimes on the road. And I told our guys, you know, to be up 5 at the end of the first half, the way we played, I told them once we settled in and we got comfortable, I already knew what was going to happen.
42 points in the paint in the second half. Can you talk about the team's aggression to get to the basket?
Well, our motto for today's game was execution over emotions. And we told them this was going to be an emotional game because it's almost like an in-state rival anytime you play anybody that's 30 minutes down the road. And, you know, so we were looking to execute and get the ball into the post and take advantage because we knew that was one of their weaker points defensively. And, you know, our bigs did what they had to do and our guards got into the paint and made it tough for them.
It's not as often that you see teams with this many weapons as Clark Atlanta's. Can you talk about what it means to have this many weapons and this many players that can step up?
I told everybody last year they better get me while they can. I got a chance to recruit. I got a chance to bring in guys that are not only good basketball players but also ambassadors on campus. And this is just only the start.
Despite the team's perfect record, what needs to improve to keep the streak alive?
Mentality and controlling our emotions. We got to learn that when you up double digits and the game is in 30 seconds, you don't get into a pissing contest or something and you win with class. So I would say for us is winning with class.
Thank you, Coach.
I like that Coach Jordan mentioned the objective of the game was execution over emotion. And if you ask me, the Panthers executed greatly as a team. But it seems as if the Lakers needed that same objective instead of them. What do you think, Memra?
I think that you're perfectly right. However, the Panthers need to keep their cool too. But, you know, as a team where you need every player available, you can't do that with guys ejected on the bench. However, I must admit that the Panthers are doing a great job as they are one of the top 25 teams in the nation. Also, I think Coach Jordan is doing a great job leading these young men and having this great season.
All right, you can use all that excitement to report on the new Panther football head coach when we return to Run Up the Score.
This is Wayne Brady talking to someone about how you feel may be the most difficult thing in the world. People go through this, and you're not alone in the fight. Help starts with a conversation.
I'm an eternal optimist.
Gymnastics Hall of Famer.
Mom, nurse, overall awesome human.
And survivors of sexual violence.
I didn't talk about it. I was told not to talk about it.
So I'm here to talk about it.
Because I can't stay quiet.
I was told I would never escape the darkness.
But we have.
Because for myself and for you, I wouldn't stay quiet.
You may feel broken.
You aren't. You may feel alone.
You aren't. Because we
Didn't stay quiet.
I was able to break my silence.
Because of those who refuse to stay quiet.
I am a businesswoman. TV host, DJ.
Activist.
Actor.
Painter.
Advocate.
Ally.
Survivor. Survivor. Survivor.
And we won't stay quiet.
Welcome back to Run Up the Score. On Thursday, November 30th, Clark Atlanta University held a press conference in Epps Gymnasium to introduce their new head football coach, Teddy Keaton. Take it away, Memra.
After a rough and winless football season, Coach Teddy Keaton has been hired to lead the Panthers to a SIAC championship. Coach Keaton succeeds previous Panthers head coach Willie Slater and interim head coach Richard Moncrief. Currently, Coach Keaton is in his 26th year of coaching since his first job as an assistant coach at his alma mater, Stillman College. He has had 8 coaching jobs. 2 of those jobs he served as the head coach for 2 teams in the American Indoor Football Association. Nonetheless, Coach Keaton is no stranger to the SIAC. Before arriving at Allen in 2018, he served as a running back coach for Miles College in 2017. Between 2018 and 2023, at Allen he recorded 18 wins and 28 losses. His best season actually came in 2023, where he led the Yellow Jackets to 7 wins, only suffering 3 losses. One of those wins being a 35-27 score against CAU.
I thought they played with a lot of competitive spirit. They came and gave us a fight. I had to make some adjustments because they had came out with a whole different game that we had never seen on the field. And I thought they played well. I mean, I spotted out 3 players, 0. He's a great football player. 6, a great football player. 24, a great football player. There's a lot of guys. I don't know their names, but I saw them and I watched them on the field, and they competed really hard.
Throughout the entire press conference, Coach Keaton made his winning mindset clear to the audience.
Winning doesn't look easy at first. It's going to get messy. You got to fall in love with the process. There's a process to win, meaning that we're not going to attach ourselves to outcomes. We're going to work every day to be a champion.
Expectations are high for CAU football, but according to Coach Keaton, any expectations that you all may have for this program, trust, his expectations exceed them. In Coach Keaton's overall experience, he holds a 70-51 record, and a winning mindset like Coach Keaton's may be what the Panthers need to change this football program, as they continue to struggle to have a winning season. If there's anything Coach Keaton wanted Panther Nation to understand, it's this.
On this day will be the day that we turn Clark Atlanta football back into a winner.
Coach Keaton, I want to say congratulations for one. Coach Keaton mentioned them playing as a team, and I could not agree anymore. I feel like what's essential for a team to execute greatly is their bond, and Coach Keaton made sure to reassure the players to work as one. He reiterated acts of service and dressing like winners, because to be a winner, you must dress and act the part first.
Sierra, I think we ran up the score enough today. What do you think?
I agree with you. That's it for our show. I'm Sierra Herford.
And I'm Minra Mapfumo, and this has been Run Up the Score.